Hey friends, what's happening? What's shaking? What's going on? This is Andy coming to you again from here at Andy's World of Bass. Today I'm going to do a demo video for you with the Hartke HD508 combo. This was just shipped to me and I took it out of the box and plugged it in, and here we are. So I want to start by saying thank you to Sammy Ash, my old friend. A little bit of back history about that. When I first got my start doing bass clinics many years ago, 12, 13 years ago, everybody at Sam Ash was very supportive of me and helped me get my start. And I did my first 30 or 40 bass clinics in Sam Ash music stores all up and down the East Coast. So we go back a long ways, and we've remained friends. So recently I saw this amplifier being advertised, and I was intrigued by it because it has all kinds of great features that I think every modern bass player needs. And I kind of have a long history with Hartke because when I started playing in the 80s, I used Hartke stuff, and particularly when I was touring around, the backline always seemed to be you know, a pair of Hartke 410 cabs and a Galen Kruger 800 RB head. You know, those were the two choices, that and an SVT, and I often went for the Hartke stuff because I was just able to get a clean, punchy sound that I was after very quickly. And this thing sounds just perfect, just exactly what I expected it to sound like. Hartke has evolved a bunch over the years since I started. They introduced the HyDrive hybrid speaker, which is kind of half cone, half aluminum, half paper, half aluminum cone driver. I don't know, you know, 10, 12, 15 years ago or something like that by now. But what a cool thing, because the classic Hartke sound with that clarity is kind of mixed with the warmth of a classic paper cone driver, and they really nailed it with the HyDrive speakers. So let's talk about the specs, and I'll give you a quick rundown of all the specs. Okay, first of all, it's 500 watts RMS into these 4 8-inch HyDrive speakers. Okay, it has a very simple layout, volume, shape, which is like a contour, which is variable and has an in-out push button switch. Then it has a 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble. It has an auxiliary input for your iPod or your music that you want to jam along to. It has 1/4-inch effects send and return, XLR out, and a headphone jack. So all the features are very simple, easy to access, easily laid out from the top and in the back, so when you're standing above it you can reach down and make your adjustments, no problem. It has two big recessed steel handles on the sides and then a strap handle on the top. It has wheels that can be removed when you get to the gig, and big fat rubber feet for setting it down on the stage, because all amps sound better when they're sitting on the stage and not on the wheels. Okay, so 500 watts into these 4 8-inch drivers. It does not have an extension speaker output, so I like that. The reason I like that is because you're getting all 500 watts to the 4 drivers that are in the combo. And because the power is being distributed over 4 drivers, it stays tighter at a louder volume. That's a fact. It has a very rich, chimey character. I can just sense that the power module is configured perfectly for these 4 drivers and it's operating very efficiently. You sense no struggle when you go down low. I'm slapping and pulling on the strings real hard. Yeah, fantastic. Nice clarity with the chords, you know, and harmonics. Right now I have the EQ pretty much straight up. I just have the bass cut a little bit, and the mid is at 0, which is flat. Oh, the treble's cut a sliver as well. And I do have the shape engaged, and I just have that at about 2. I want to talk about the mid-range control because that stood out to me. The first thing I do is go through the EQ and turn the knobs and see what they do, see what kind of tone shaping that the EQ offers. And this EQ, it's simple with only 3 controls, but the magic in this EQ is the broadband of the mid-range control. So, mid-range is the frequencies that enable us to hear ourselves. The mid-range is the frequencies that enable us to dial in our sound on any stage and be able to hear ourselves. It also are the frequencies, excuse me, that enable the amp to get loud and stay clean. Okay, so this mid-range control has a broad band. It encompasses low mids and high mids all in one control. So here it is with the mid control at 0. That would be the kind of sound where you can't hear yourself at all on stage. But watch what happens. That's 25% right there. Really, really nice, right? Now watch what happens when I bring it up to flat or noon. Now going to like 3/4. And then all the way up. So the sweet spot in this mid-range control is between 30% and 70%. Personally, I would probably leave it straight up. So punchy and so articulate, you know. That's the thing about the Hartke stuff that I always loved about it. It's so articulate. I mean, that's probably why people like Billy Sheehan, Victor Wooten, and all these other world-renowned, legendary, iconic bass players are playing the Hartke stuff. The speakers sound so good, you know? Let's talk about the value and the factors that make it such an incredibly useful amplifier. It's small enough that it's portable. It only weighs 49 pounds, but it's big enough that it can, and loud enough that it can do a lot of jobs. That's the key factor, you know what I mean? It's small enough that it's easy to move around, has wheels on it, has extra handles, only 49 pounds, but it's got 4 drivers in it, so you can crank it up and it doesn't you know, it doesn't deny. It doesn't, you know, you sometimes when you have one driver, as soon as you in a combo, as soon as you start to turn it up, that one driver is doing too much. It's trying to do too much, and you get to a point where you can't even get it past halfway before that one driver is already struggling, you know, or flat out denying. Well, when you take the 500 watts, an efficient power section of 500 watts RMS and put it into 4 drivers, it distributes that. You see what I'm saying? So it's tighter. It's punchier and it's tighter, and it stays that way the louder you get. So you can use more range of the amp. Now, I can't turn this up on this video. I'm using a pretty nice camera with a microphone on it, but, you know, I can't turn it up and show you how loud it goes. It's just not possible, because what will happen is the mic will clip, and then it will be completely counterproductive. I think this thing sells for $6.99. I don't know that there's a better deal out there anywhere for a combo that's small enough to be convenient and big enough to be loud for that kind of money. That's also widely distributed and, you know, easy to access. There's probably one of these within 15 minutes of your house wherever you are in the world right now. You see what I'm saying? It's super easy to get your hands on. I just can't get over how articulate and punchy that is. I'll just play a little bit. Sounding combo in this price point, period. I don't know if I've ever heard a better sounding and performing combo in this price point ever. So, you know, what else can I say? I mean, that's the ultimate compliment. It's affordable, it's convenient, it's powerful, it has 4 drivers in it, it has wheels on it. You know, this thing is just a win. It's just a win-win-win situation. And, you know, I'll be taking this thing out on a lot of gigs and checking it out, you know, and getting back to you and letting you know how it really did out there on the job when I'm, you know, cranking it up quite a bit louder and, you know, playing with the drummer and everything like that. But I have all the confidence in the world. I can tell. I deal with amplifiers all the time, you know what I mean? I know what people are making in the different price points and the kind of power modules they're using and everything like that, and the drivers. I'm telling you, the drivers in this are the highlight of it. You know, these 8-inch HyDrive hybrid cone speakers, they just sound fantastic. And with 4 of them, it gets loud without breaking up. It gets loud without denying. So you have a combo that actually does what it needs to do. It's not just for practice. It's not just for band practice. You know, it's not just for rehearsals, and it's not just for little light jazz gigs. This thing, you can go out and rock it, and you can get loud with it. So kudos, and you know, well done. Shout out to the folks at Hartke for designing a very cool and functional amplifier. They had a great price point that a modern bass player can really benefit from using. And one other thing I want to say is it has this cool kind of perforated toe lex on. It's kind of got a vintage feel to it. It's not completely smooth. It's bumpy, and I like it. Heavy duty steel grill. Yeah, what a well-made and affordable, versatile amplifier. So I encourage you to check one out. Go to a dealer near you and try one. You know, don't just take my word for it. I'm just here to give you a little bit of information on your options. And but you know, like I said, I know amplifiers. I work with a lot of the greatest amplifier companies in the world, and there's a lot of different stuff available at different price points and everything like that. and a lot of different types of applications, or what the amp is going to be used for and everything like that. So in terms of the combo type of concept, having one that's small enough to be portable but loud enough to do the job, that's kind of like the magic. That's the ticket right there. That's the magic thing. And as I've said, I'll repeat it again. These 4 hybrid HyDrive speakers in here are the icing on the cake when it comes to this this combo. And the simple EQ with the nice big broadband mid-range curve, just fantastic. So I'll leave you with that for my first demo with this amp, and I'll be sure to get back to you with more demos and stuff when after I take it out on some gigs, and I'll report back to you. So thanks again to Sammy Ash and everybody at Hartke, and thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time. All right, friends. Peace.